Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar. Technical difficulties. I already did this fucking review once. But we're going to do it again because apparently it stopped and I don't know when and I don't know why. But that's what we're doing. So tonight, we'll set the glass with the beer I've already drank down. But we're doing Other Half. They, for their second anniversary, did a release. And it's just called 2, I think. Imperial India Pale Ale coming in at 9% out of Brooklyn, New York. Other Half is one of those breweries that I really, really like. They typically are a little bit more piney and dank than like your typical New England style beers. But that's good. I love their beers. The only one I think I've reviewed on the channel, they did a collaboration with Trillium, and I had the Trillium version of it, Green Street. But then they did Street Green, or vice versa maybe. I don't remember on the names. I frigging loved that beer. I think I gave it 100 out of 100. So... But I haven't reviewed any Other Half beers, so this will be number 1 on the channel for review somewhere in the 50s. But it pours out into the glass haze for days. Kind of a golden amber color. It's really hazy though. It actually on camera I think gets pretty dark in the middle because the light's just not getting through that bitch. I mean it's just not, it's just hazy. Poured out with about a finger ahead, dissipated really quickly. Some decent carbonation on it, but for a 9% beer it goes away pretty quick, which one would expect. I don't know a lot about this beer and what hops are in it or anything like that, but let's see what it smells like. Yeah, this one's really different. It's really tropical fruit forward for me. A lot of like off fruits that I don't typically get in beers, like papaya, kiwi. There's definitely some orange and grapefruit. A little bit of pineapple, maybe some, maybe a little mango and peach. But I mean, it's mostly tropical fruit forward is what I'm getting. I don't know, maybe I'm off. I had a double Galaxy hopped beer right before this, so maybe that's influencing my palate a little bit, but it's got a huge juicy nose. It's huge. It's probably the most fruit forward and juice bomb Other Half beer I've had yet. It smells killer in the glass. So before I dive into it, I've got to get a huge shout out to my buddy Chris. Without you, man, I wouldn't be able to try this beer. He went to the event and brought some back and gave me a can to do the review with, and I really appreciate it. So let's dive in. Cheers, guys. Oh yeah, everything I described on the nose carries over. It's tropical fruits, juice bomb, some sweetness from the malt bill, a little bit of that bready malt. But the first thing I noticed for an Other Half beer, this is a creamier mouthfeel than a lot of their beers. It's a little thicker, and I really like it. The carbonation, what I noticed on the look of the beer, the carbonation, but for a 9% beer, it's not as prevalent as a lot of other beers. Right before this, I drank Double Galaxy from Hill Farmstead, and that beer was carbonated for days and was just fluffy and carbonated, whereas this one's not quite that way, but that's not a bad thing. It's just something I noticed. But it's got a thick, sweet mouthfeel. You pick up on the bready malts, but then it just goes into these hops that mango, peach, I keep going back to kiwi, and I don't know why, but that's what my brain keeps telling me. Papaya, passion fruit. It's just, I mean, it's a killer tasting beer. At 9%, you don't get a lot of the alcohol. This is actually warmed quite a bit more than I actually would have liked, because I let it sit out for a bit, but it's still, there's no real alcohol. I can maybe get it dries, and I can get it a little bit in the back of my throat, just right on the edge after I've drank it, like about 5 seconds later. But outside of that, this is a killer beer. I think it's definitely my favorite Other Half double that I've had. I pegged this, if I had to give it a rating, it's definitely an A+ beer. Right on the border there, maybe like a 97, 98 as this warms up. I'll give it a final rating, but I'm right there with it, 97, 98. This is killer. If this is really fresh too. You know, with a lot of these kind of New England style IPAs and stuff, a week or two on them is actually usually pretty good for them. It balances them out a little bit because it can be a little harsh up front. I don't know if that would be the case with this one. We'll see. I have one more can left, so we'll see if that's the case. But yeah, this is freaking killer. Chris, thank you very much. As far as, like I said, 97, 98, we'll leave it there. I don't feel like I'm doing this beer justice, but I already did one review and it was a little longer than this one. But it's like the Cliff Notes version, maybe. I don't know. This is killer. I'm glad. I'm so thankful I got a hold of this. It is so good. I mean, I think it's my favorite other outside of the collaboration I did with Trillium at Trillium. That beer was insane. But this is right. I mean, this is right below it. So, other half, keep it up. Next time I'm in New York, I'm definitely going to be there for sure. Hopefully to make a release and things like that. I've got some other beers in the garage that I was given as well, hop showers and stuff like that. I might do some reviews on that. I don't know for sure. We'll see what time allows. I got a backlog right now. It's fucking crazy, but we'll leave it there. So thanks guys for watching. Thanks again, Chris. Thanks for coming behind the bar. Like, subscribe, and comment, guys. That's why I do this. That's the only reason I meet great people like Chris and do these reviews. So until next time, guys. Cheers.